The Bremen band that never made it to Bremen. Once upon a time, a hard-working donkey named Dusty realized his knees squeaked louder than a rusty gate. His owner planned to send him away. So Dusty packed his pride in a pocket full of dreams and trotted off to become a famous musician in the city of Bremen. Down the road, Dusty met a hound sprawled in the dust like a melted pancake. The dog wheezed, tail thumping softly. "I am Rex," he panted. "I used to be lightning on four paws. Now I am more like a gentle breeze." "Perfect," said Dusty. "Gentle breezes are great for drums. I will play the lute. You can be my drummer. Let's form a band and head to Bremen." Rex's ears perked up. "Does your band have snacks?" "Absolutely," said Dusty. "It has dreams and snacks." "Count me in," said Rex, a little farther on. They spotted a cat named Whiskerella with a face so gloomy it could rain on a sunny day. "My owner says I am too old to catch mice," she sighed. "She was going to send me away." "Do not worry," Dusty said. "We are forming the greatest band ever. You can sing lead." Whiskerella lifted one whisker. "Do I get a solo, two solos, and a nap break?" Rex promised. "Sold," said Whiskerella, instantly 10% less gloomy. Near a farmhouse, a rooster stood on a fence, flexing his feathers like a tiny athlete. "I am Cluck Norris," he crowed. "Tomorrow I am supposed to be dinner." "Unacceptable," said Dusty. "Your voice is way too legendary for a soup pot. Join our band." Cluck puffed his chest. "Do I get a microphone?" "You get the sky," said Dusty. "Even better," said Cluck, hopping down to march with them. Night fell, and the four friends reached a dark forest that smelled like pine needles and adventure. Cluck flew to the top of a tree and spotted a warm light in the distance. "House ahead," he announced. "Also, I see snacks." "Band meeting," said Dusty. "We find that house, rest our hooves and paws, and plan our world tour." They crept up to a cottage and peeked through the window. Inside, a gang of robbers feasted like they had never met a vegetable. "Those hooligans are hogging the snacks," Rex growled. "We need a stage entrance," said Whis. "We need a chart-topping single," said Cluck. "We need a boost," said Dusty, and he bent his knees. Dusty planted his front hooves on the windowsill. Rex climbed onto Dusty's back. Whiskerella hopped onto Rex. Cluck flapped up and perched on Whiskerella's head like a feathery hat. "On my count," Dusty whispered, 3, 2, 1. "Hit it, Dusty." Brayed a heroic hee-haw. Rex laid down a thunderous woof-woof. Whiskerella sang a fierce meow-meow with surprise high notes. Cluck delivered a stadium-worthy cock-a-doodle-doo. It was a wild, wonderful, slightly terrifying symphony. Inside, the robbers shrieked and dove under the table. "Ghosts," yelled one. "Monsters," howled another. "Definitely a haunted opera," whimpered a third. Bolted out the back door, tripping over each other and running into the forest so fast that a pinecone had to leap out of the way. The band stormed the kitchen like heroes of rock. They ate the feast, then found perfect sleeping spots. Dusty stretched near the door. Rex curled on the mat. Settle, Whiskerella settled by the warm stove. Cluck strutted up to the roof and tucked his beak under a wing, ready to set the world's loudest alarm. At midnight, the chief robber sent a scaredy-cat sidekick back to investigate. The house looked dark and quiet. He crept into the kitchen to light a candle and saw two glowing embers in the shadows. He did not know they were Whiskerella's eyes. He reached in. Whiskerella launched like a furry rocket, introducing his cheeks to the ancient art of clothfoo. The robber staggered toward the door. Rex sprang from the mat and clamped his pant leg like the world's most determined stapler. Flap! The robber yelped, flailed into the yard, and met Dusty's double back kick, which was both educational and unforgettable. Cluck heard the commotion and sounded the official rooster siren from the roof. Walker code red. "Intruder in the yard. Please exit the premises with dignity." It came out as the loudest cock-a-doodle-doo in the county. Throbber sprinted back to the woods and collapsed in front of his crew. "That house is a disaster," he gasped. "A witch clawed my face, a knife-wielding ogre sliced my ankle, a giant with hammers kicked me into next week, and a judge on the roof yelled at me to surrender." The chief robber nodded very fast. "We are never going back." Agreed, said the trees. Probably. Morning came. Sunlight poured through the windows. Dusty strummed a lute he found. Rex tapped rhythms with a wooden spoon. Whiskerella warmed up with a jazzy purr. Cluck hit notes so bright the teacups chimed along. This house sounds amazing, Rex said. It smells like cinnamon and victory, said Whiskerella. It is safer than the road, said Cluck. Dusty smiled. Then the tour starts here. They fixed the place up, turned the living room into a cozy stage, and every evening they played for anyone passing by. Travelers swapped stories. Kids danced. The stars blinked along like glittery fans. The four friends did not make it to Bremen, but they found something better. They found a home, a band, and the kind of laughter that keeps a heart young. The takeaway for kids, teamwork, turns small voices into a big chorus. When friends stick together, they can chase off trouble, make new beginnings, and find a stage where they shine. It is never too late to try something new or to start the song you were meant to sing.